Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to Enlighten. My name is David Alexis, and today's video is going to start a bit different just because I'm feeling like I kind of want to switch things up. I feel like I've gotten too stale when it comes to some of my videos, and pardon me looking fucked up. Like I didn't wake up like now, but I woke up a couple hours ago, and it's just right now I'm a mess. But we're about to go shoot, try something different. I'm gonna go and go record this new video that I'm gonna talk about right now that you're watching on patience, man, because life is really all about patience, and once you get that, it's like it's game over because you're playing for the long term and you see the bigger picture in the end. And yeah, right now it's a rainy day in Houston, A-leaf, and yeah, it's really cloudy or whatever, but yeah, we just gotta just do it, man. We just gotta do it, because I know if I don't produce a video ASAP soon, I know I'm gonna take a while to do my next video. So yeah, we're gonna go right now to my favorite park, where I came up in 2016 when I got out of depression. Just walking through the streets of Houston, A-leaf, Bel Air, man, my favorite place, always be home to me. And yeah, we're about to go shoot the video, and fuck yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see by the video, we're going to be talking about patience, as I talked about earlier. And damn, it feels really good to be back in the park, back where I came up when I got a depression. That's besides the point, but I've come a long way since 2016, and being at the park really, and being in nature, seeing that, holy fuck, like dude, like literally right here, nobody's worrying. The plants aren't worrying if they're gonna get fruit, or if they're gonna keep growing, if they're gonna get rain. They just get it. They don't know, because they don't have brains, but they keep on surviving, they keep on thriving, regardless. Like there's no problems here. Whenever you come to the park, everything is just so calm and peaceful. And when you come to the park, it really makes you be like in a state of clarity. And I think that's what helped me get out of my depression, 2016, and really just all my life struggles. Like this channel isn't even all about depression. It's honestly just about life struggles and personal development. But yeah, man, like you should totally come to the park, any park, whatever, just being around nature, and probably too being around waters, a park that has like a lake or whatever it might be, just so you can see it flow. But anyways, let's get back into the video. I'm gonna just start reading off what I wrote, and I'm like, patience, you gotta see it before you achieve it. It might be hard and complicated, but all you need is for it to be possible. Be proud of what you got done, even if it's one major thing, even if it's one little minor thing, but it's leading up to that major thing. You got to see it that way. And don't be too hard on yourself. If you got one major thing done, you're good. Do one major thing that'll move you forward. For example, in construction, they have big ass projects. It'll take months, but they're patient. They just need possible. They don't get discouraged that they haven't finished quick. They're happy with what they've done, because to them, all that matters is that they're moving forward. They're getting shit done. They don't overthink, well, fuck, we got too much shit to do. Let me just quit and give up, or debate what or whether they should start and begin. Waste, aka, what I do back then, and I still do to this time, because I'm not perfect, but they would basically waste time and nothing gets done. They don't do that shit. They're just happy with the progress that they're making. They're moving forward. They're keeping it grooving, whatever. They're just moving forward, and that's what it's about. They just do, step by step, day by day, brick by brick. They know little by little things come into fruition. This is an example of the Rolls Royce versus a Toyota. It takes, I don't know how long to put a Rolls Royce. I'll put it up here when I find the link, or how long it takes, but something like Toyota takes like a couple minutes to make, and then a Rolls Royce takes like 6 months or some shit, but there's like a significant difference between the two. Like one takes really quick to make because it's not quality, or it's good enough, But when you're paying attention to detail, like a Rolls Royce or whatever car was that I saw the example, it takes fucking time, man, because quality takes time. So yeah, as long as you bounce back, you're good. Like, don't judge yourself too hard. Life isn't perfect, and so aren't you or I. You know, it's not about first half. It's about second half. It's not about first quarter. It's about the last fourth quarter. You could be losing, but as long as you bounce back, you're good. Don't judge those micro losses too hard. What matters is what happens in the end game. It doesn't matter, you know? Not now. It's not about the now. If you're winning now, good. But if you're not, don't worry about it. You're just in the first half. You know, you're just in first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. You know, you're not in the last fourth quarter. When that will be, honestly depends to you. It could be like when you die, did you reach everything? Or when the year ends, did you reach everything? Next month, did you reach your goal? Whatever it might be, make sure that you don't judge yourself too hard for where you're at right now. I could tell you from firsthand experience so many multiple times, you know, me working right here at the, you know, retirement center, I felt like I sucked shit first week, first month. It wasn't up until like now that I started getting credit and stuff and like have gotten a higher self-esteem in what I do. I've gotten blessed with my own station. I'll have to talk to you guys about my current job. But you know, it took time, you know, to develop that confidence, you know, and you know, at that time I was like, fuck, I like anxious. I was like the most anxious, insecure person you could meet, and like, you know, not no more. You know, I literally have my own station, you know, of my own to call my own. So yeah, don't judge those micro losses too hard. It's not about the now. It is, but it's more so about the future, your potential, where it's gonna go. Not about where you're at right now. Don't judge that too hard and shit. So yeah, what matters most is, you know, the end. You know, it's not the now. Others might be winning to you now, but they're going to lose later. Trust me. This is what I mean. For example, you could be saving up instead of spending. You study instead of going out a lot. You having an old car versus them financing a new car. You keeping the same clothes or just buying a couple new shirts, pants / shoes versus them splurging, buying a lot of shit. You know, you wait for the right one while working on yourself and loving yourself, being independent versus someone rushing into a relationship. You know, you get the point. They all seem like they're winning right now, but trust me, they're broke as fuck or just living for the weekends and just being happy then. The weekends, not during the day, not during the week, because that's what matters most. It's not about the weekends. Anybody could be happy during the weekends, but who's really happy during the weekday? Who's proud to go to work? Who's hungry to go to work? Who's grateful to go to work? You know, like, not a lot of people are like that. You know, who's being patient? Who's playing for the long-term game? You know, who's taking risk? Who's loving this shit for the process, for life, for being grateful? Man, I'm fucking alive, man. I get to work. I'm not homeless. I'm not out in the streets. You know, I have my own car, or dude, I have enough money to ride metro. Some people don't even have enough money to ride metro, you know? It's like, you know, or like, thank God, you know, I have all my limbs intact and shit. Like, I'm healthy. I'm blessed. You know, start thinking about it that way. You know, like, they might seem like they're winning right now, but they're not. On the outside, maybe it seems like it, but on the inside, maybe not so much. You know, maybe they're actually struggling more than you are, you know? So don't judge that too hard, you know? So yeah, like, but trust me, they're broke as fuck or just living for the weekends and just being happy then instead of all the time. You know, you'll win long term. Trust me. And here's the thing, happiness isn't always about having a smile on your face. Happiness is about being grateful, still loving others, loving what you do, doing at it with great care and excellence, and doing your best, and, you know, being optimistic of, hey, right now, like, life isn't that good, but hey, I still have good things to be grateful for. You know, that's what optimism is. It's about, you know, seeing the good and the bad, regardless of what your situation might be. Always just taking a lesson learned from that. You know, so that's what life is about. But yeah, man, focus on the long term and be patient. You know, you're not gonna be where you're at right now for that long. If you're moving about it the right way, eventually it's gonna progress up until the point where you need to be, where you're meant to be. Right now, you just need to go through the process, the struggle, you know, the come up, you know, the setbacks, the failures, you know, the ups and downs to be able to get to that point, to build that strength, that courage, that work ethic, that discipline, that patience, whatever it might be. You know, in this case, you know, we're talking about patience, but, you know, yeah, like, you get the point. You got to first develop certain qualities, and you can only do that with experience, with time. And what is time? It takes time. So, you know, with time comes patience. Being patient enough where you're like, dude, it's gonna take a while, but not thinking, fuck, man, it's gonna take a long time. Fuck this, let me just quit. Let me just settle for a 9 to 5, you know, like, for the rest of my life. Instead of taking risk, you know, seeing that I'm not getting any results with whatever you're trying to do, whether that's, you know, with fitness, whether that's with your YouTube channel, your Instagram account, whether that's with going to college, you're not gonna see results that fast, man. It's about fucking patience. It's about the long-term game. But yeah. Alright guys, so we're going back home because it started to rain really hard, so I couldn't, like, keep recording. I didn't want the camera to get wet. And not only that, I went to this little place, this little like patio kind of that they have at this park, but there was this like fucking motor, AC compressor, whatever, that was loud as fuck. So I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not gonna put that clip in here. I'm just gonna redo the take, and we're going back home to finish recording, charge up my camera because it's dying, and yeah, so let's go. Being on the right track is good and all that you need. For example, lose weight, watch videos on how to do it, how to cook healthy food, etc. You're not yet working, out, but you're learning. That's all that matters. That you're on the right track. As long as in your mind you have a sense of direction, you're good. It's worse to waste time and not be learning how to cook healthy shit, how to lose or gain weight. How to lose or gain weight. That means you're lost. You have no purpose, no drive. You're not on track to actually go and do shit. But if you're taking the first step, which is that, learning, you're on the right track. Don't stress. It's just a matter of time before you start taking action and slowly get results and start seeing results. You progressing and stuff. You gotta enjoy the process, man. I'm telling you, it's process, 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 process. Life is all a process. It's a journey. Where you're trying to reach is honestly just reach whatever you want. Whatever you want, that's what you're trying to reach. But also, it's stopping and smelling the roses, meaning enjoying what you have, how far you've come, and who you've become, and being proud of that. But at the same time, still striving for more where you're trying to get to. It's realizing your potential of, knowing that, hey, I reached my potential. I'm not fucking, settling for less. Like in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you don't want to say, oh, like I settled for less. You want to be in 5 years like, damn, I didn't. I'm living the way I'm living because I went after it. I'm a go-getter and stuff like that. But you gotta enjoy the shit, the process. You just gotta enjoy it, the come up. Just like with music, you don't skip to your favorite part, right away. Nothing comes fast at all. It takes time. Birth, buying your first car, that paycheck, 2 weeks. Your birthday takes like a year. Graduating takes 4 years when you're in college. I mean, when you're in high school, it takes 4 years, but really you've been in school since pre-K, so it's more than 8 years you've been in school, to get to that point where you like hopefully know what you want to do, or kind of, like, I kind of want to do this and that, to get to college and then go afterwards after that and go chase it, But yeah, stuff like that, like graduating, washing your car, like it takes time. You get the point. Everything takes time. Um, you know, uh, Stop trying to rush. With music, you enjoy it fully from stop to end, from beginning to middle to end. Same thing with a story, same thing with a movie. Basically letting it flow. Not forcing it to speed up. You can't speed shit up in life. As much as we would want to, everything at its own time. Like, you know, more enjoying, less forcing, less rushing. Just like a plant, no matter how much you water it and fertilize it, it'll take its own time. Yeah, maybe it'll grow quicker over time, but that's the thing, time. Not the next day, not overnight. Nothing happens like that in life. For example, a baby, it takes time for them to develop, to learn how to walk, talk, eat, write, go to the restroom, etc. It takes time. They don't rush to learn these things. They just eventually do with practice and living life every day. They grow. They don't give up. Also, as a parent, oh my God. Also, as a parent, they don't give up on them. They give them chances, encouragement. In reality, we're all just little kids. We're still growing up, making mistakes, but it's okay. You gotta be that parent, patient. We don't get angry or upset at babies. So why be mad with ourselves? Be patient with yourself. You're growing up. You're still developing. Good things take time. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. What I want you to walk away with is, to be honest, like, it's all about patience. It's a long-term game. It's not trying to get those quick highs, those, you will get ups and downs, and that's the good thing, but don't try to be something you're not, or try to rush into things, because, good things take time. And, that's just life. You can't rush things. You can't make things happen at whatever time it is that you want. It might come sooner, it might come faster, it might take longer. And it's just about that. It's about knowing that, hey, it's not about first quarter. It's not about second. It's about fourth quarter. It's about the second half, not the first. You could be losing for this whole year, but next year, be winning. Don't judge those micro losses, as I said. And as long as you bounce back, that's all that matters. What happened back then, those mistakes you made back then, they don't fucking matter at all. They don't exist. They have nothing to do with the now. They really don't. They just serve as reminders and lessons of, hey, don't do that bullshit again. Don't spend your money this way, or don't use this credit card to this much. Don't hang out with people who start doing this shit, who go over your boundaries. Whatever the case might be, don't do what it is that, fucked you up, that got you off track. Like, stay in your lane, and always keep in mind of, like, hey, where am I trying to go? And whatever I'm doing, how I'm spending my money, the people who I'm hanging out with, the videos that I'm watching, the music that I'm listening to, how is that affecting me? How is that leading me to where I want to be? Is it distracting me, getting off course? Or is it keeping me on course and making me, stay motivated, inspired, having that willpower, that energy to wake up every day and go after it? Is it that, or for real, are they just keeping you off track? And is it making you go to a lower vibrational state? But yeah, man, life's good like always. Man, just super grateful for life and wisdom and everything. But yeah, patience. Whenever you feel like you're trying to rush, that means you're trying to prove something to somebody or even yourself. But the thing is, don't. As soon as you start feeling like you want to rush, get away from whatever those thoughts were making you, do to get to that point. Like for me, I want my dream trucks, but I know if I watch videos on them, I'm gonna try to rush because I have the money already to put a down payment and get the truck if I wanted to. But I don't want to do that just for the fact because of the fact that I want to show you guys patience. Like, damn, this guy waited since 2016. Not only that, he's been waiting since 2016, but when he actually started saving money wasn't up until 2019. 2016, that's 3 years later. And then 2.5 years later is when I plan to have the truck physically with me and then start building. But I want to do it because of that. Because I want to show you guys patience. Like, dude, this guy has been dreaming about this truck since forever. Since he was a teenager. Since he was in high school. Since 2016. And, like, me being able to show that, like, wow, he had the money. Why didn't he buy his truck? Because I'm not trying to prove to you anything. I'm not trying to prove anything to myself. And if it's so, it's really that, hey, I could save the 10,000 and buy the truck and still have enough to, build it and do the SS transformation, because of that. I want to show people patience. Like, I feel like sometimes you gotta, whenever you look up to somebody and you see that person, like, wow, he actually talks about what he preaches, it becomes more real to you. And, I just don't want to show you guys me being impulsive because I've been impulsive and I still struggle with that, but definitely not as much as before. And yeah, always stay on track. And try not to repeat those same mistakes that got you to that point where you got off-sighted and you went the wrong way, or you started, maneuvering to the left when really you should have stick to the middle and kept your ground and kept moving forward. But yeah, be aware of that about your surroundings. Is it bringing you up or is it bringing you down? Is it getting you off course? And get away from whatever it is that's making you do that. And whatever it is, if you feel like you're starting to rush, don't think about what you want so much. Do think about it, but do more so think about the process to get there, not so much the end goal. Because if you're thinking about the end goal, you're gonna start to rush because you want it quicker, to come quicker. The thing is, when you're desperate, whatever it might be, like, nobody wants you. If you're too desperate for a job, for a girl, they're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, like, whoa, like everybody likes someone who you're attracted to. But if you're fucking desperate, like, it kind of pushes you away because it's like, okay, whoa, like, you're coming off too strong, you're coming off too hard, like, no, I can't deal with that, so like, focus on the process to get to that point, the work that has to be made to get to that point, the money that you have to save up to get to that point. Think about the bigger picture, in your mind, but don't go too hard in it where you, like, want to rush because you want it to happen quicker. It's gonna happen at its own time when it's meant to be. If it's meant to be, it'll be, and everything at its own time. Patience. Good things take time. If you liked it, make sure you give it a like, comment, share, subscribe. Live, laugh. Peace.